Today, I got the opportunity to interview and chat to Mia, the head developer of Moshi Online. Mia has been involved in the Moshi Online and community rewritten communities for over 5 years, which I'll let them explain more of themselves. No one has more experience in this space than them. In this interview, we talk about what it meant to bring all the Moshi communities together, how it's affected them now that Moshi Online has partnered with Mind Candy, and what we can expect from the future of Moshi Online before the new Moshi Monsters comes out. I hope you enjoy. This was an absolute blast. I'll start by. Who are you?
I'm Mia. I'm the developer of Moshi Online.
Guys? And how long have you been running Moshi Online for? Because you were also involved with Rewritten, right?
And I was the owner and lead developer of Moshi Online. For Moshi Online, I've been a developer for 2 years now. If you're talking about all the projects consecutively, it's almost 5 years.
5 years, and you haven't made
Mm-hmm.
like a penny. Like it's all been
No, I
for
have
free.
not. Mm-hmm. Yes,
That that's nice. 'Cause it shows that it's like it is just full passion. Like you just care about it. I
yeah,
mean, like head developer? Would you call yourself
yeah, yeah. I'm like project lead and head developer.
project lead and head
Um,
developer? That's really fancy titles. How many hours would you say you spend a day, or like how much in a week would you spend on Moshi Online, like developing or playing or Discord, everything? How much of your time does it take?
it can vary from 10 to 20 hours a week.
That's a part time job.
On
That's
average, mhm, it can go up to like 40 to 60.
I remember when Moshi Monsters first came back and the Moshi Online servers exploded. I know you were doing a lot of work then to keep the servers stable and expand them. So was that one of those 40 to 60 hour weeks?
Yes, that was horrendous.
And have things got easier now that you're working? We'll touch on the relationship in a little bit, but now that you're working more directly with Moshi Monsters, has that made your life easier for patches and updates, or harder, or is it about the same?
Um, right now, our focus is the Kickstarter being relaunched, so we haven't made any throws or any ground on that. We're just waiting for the Kickstarter to be over. That's what I can say about that, but, I think, if patches had gotten easier, I would say they're about the same right now, but we do get a lot of, like, reassurance and guidance.
I do remember seeing it was just a throwaway comment, so I don't know if you can say anything more about it, but people were asking Ross about the food factory. I believe it was, or it might have been the haunted mansion, and he said something along the lines of, if they were to bring it back, it would just be a case of giving those files to you and having you implement them. Are there any plans of that happening to get this lost content in Moshi Online, or are you sworn to secrecy?
It's a secrecy for now.
Secrecy for now. No, that's okay. That's what I expected, but I thought I'd give it a go. While we're on the secret, do you know who the
Mhm.
Clonk leader is, and am I right?
I guess we'll never know.
How did it come where you've started working more directly with Mind Candy and Moshi Monsters? Because of course, to everyone else, they came back, Moshi rewritten, closed down, and now Moshi Online has officially been, what's the correct wording? It's been acquired by Mind Candy. So
Ha
how did they get in contact with you? What was that conversation like, and how is that developing?
do so last joined our Discord and I noticed before he had a display name, it was lost_mind candy. And I was like, okay, let me verify if this person is actually from mind candy. The information via verified that it was sent via emails and the rest is history.
And then you became best friends, and you went off into the sunset together.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty much what happened. Like,
It's really nice and it's really refreshing to see that they've come back and they care about the community and they're not trying to shut
mhm.
everything else down because there's no direct competitor, so why would they try and shut it down? That's what a lot of the other companies haven't understood. So it's been really nice seeing it, and it's, I think, brought the whole community together. The fact that Moshi Monsters and Moshi Online are kind of working in uniship and or partnership in unison.
It's not just Moshi Online and Moshi Monsters. Now, this is really a truly a endangered moment where we like literally all of us are like literally together in this project at the start.
That's so fun. Literally, it is Infinity War,
Mm-hmm.
and Thanos is the
Mm-hmm.
cost of living crisis. With this relationship that you've been developing, do you think there'd be a future where you work for Moshi Monsters when this new game's out? Would that be something you're interested in, or do you prefer to keep it separate and as a hobby?
I may or may not have brought that up. Alright. So we are seeing what comes out of that.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
mysterious. But that's nice. I think that'd be really cool if that was something that happened. Like you've worked on this project for 5 years, and you've helped
Mm-hmm.
uh like shape it for fans and keep it there something, and then they come back, and rather than telling everyone to go away and leave our project alone, they're bringing you in, and you can actually have a potential career out of this.
Technically, that already has happened with them absorbing Moshi Online.
Moving away from that slightly, do you have a favorite? This might be a silly question. Do you have a favorite project out of all the Moshi versions, like rewritten community online? Do you have a favorite one that felt the best, whether that was the community or the game itself or how everything was at the time? Because I know the games have altered slightly.
That's a very interesting question. I love them all for their own reasons. Rewritten was fine because it was incomplete and you could have free mushrooms and free items at some point
Hmm.
in the very beginning, and it was very broken at first. Motion Community was fun because that was when I was actually learning how to code. Motion Community was my first project. It will always have a feeling in my heart, Motion Community. And Moshi Online. Let's just put it this way, it was not a favorite until recently. One candy acquiring Moshi Online, it had definitely paid off.
Yeah, seeing it through thick and thin, you got that recognition, that reward, that it was all worth it. The last 5 years,
Yes.
free projects, drama, uh, long nights, coding in a heat wave, because
Mhm.
that's when the Moshi Monsters first came back. It was the heat wave, wasn't it? So it all made it
Yes.
all worth it. Is there something that you wish was added to Moshi Monsters, the original game, that never was? Because as someone that is the project lead on it, of course you can't just add whatever you want. But if there was something in the original game that was added, whether it's a different mini game, a different area, uh, a different concept, another monster, what would that be?
Um, I would have loved to see inventory sorting system
Hmm.
because I think the issue is when Moshi Monsters first came out, you didn't have that many items. But
Yeah,
over the years, they kept adding more and more items, and plus all the fan-made items, 3 projects. There's really a lot of items at the front, and players are frustrated with how many items they had to sort through it in their inventory, as well as the motion book.
I agree with the inventory because I know in Moshi Egg Hunt or Moshling Egg Hunt, they do have that exact sorted inventory system where you have different like
Mhm,
tabs. So you have like furniture, wallpaper, carpets, food, items.
mhm,
I find it sometimes where I'll be moving my trophies. I'm like level 36. I'm not crazy, but I'm quite high, and sometimes I'll want to move my trophies to a different room, so I have to put them in. But then to go to my level 2 trophy, I have to go so far back in all of it,
mhm.
and like, if there was just a little trophy tab, It'd be fantastic.
I didn't get that far in it. Maybe because our hurdle is that we have to like decompile and recompile the game source code, and there's like many different mission libraries that we all have. That was one of the things in the Moshi My Candy agreement that they would help us with development.
I don't know how it would work. Obviously, you'd know better than me with when you add items, because you add a lot of new items. Would you then have to incorporate that into the search system for every item you add, or would you have it where the sprite name would just be recognized by the search functionality through Pythagoras and quadratic formula? I'm saying big words to try and say what I'm talking about. Like, would it be easy to maintain?
Yeah, it would be really easy to maintain.
What is your favorite moshling set and individual moshling?
They vary from time to time. Pizza was my favorite Russian for a long time, but I really like the three-piece step.
Well, hey, I'm glad I haven't heard Mr. Snoodle, so I'm happy. I mean, it upsets me a little bit because, you got Mr. Snoodle. Okay, you have Mr. Snoodle and you have Mrs. Snoodle. Okay, they're clearly both the Snoodles. All right, they're both Snoodles. But Mr. Snoodle is a pony, and Mrs. Snoodle is not in the ponies. So therefore, are they the same? Are they different? Are they related? Are they lovers? How does it work? Is Mr. Snoodle also from an egg? Is Mr. Snoodle one of a kind, or are there more of her now? Because does that mean all the Mr. Snoodles are going to be fighting over the one Mrs. Snoodle? Because you see in the movie, there's like hundreds of the other mushlings. Is Mr. Snoodle unique? If so, why is Poppet taking them on this deathly adventure? That just seems crazy. There's so many lore implications because of the ponies, and I just don't like it.
Well, I think because a part of the puppet is inconsiderate.
Hobbit is inconsiderate, but if I was friends with Katsuma, I would also be.
Okay, true. That Suma is a bit.
Katsuma is a massive bitch. Sometimes I feel bad for saying it, and then I rewatch We Can Do It, and then it all comes back. It all comes back to the surface there. Who's always the monster you pick? Are you like a Katsuma, or I assume you're not? Uh, like a Zoma, a
But,
Diablo, a furry?
I have one roof and roofing. I mostly have puppets, but I have a few Katsumas. So we can safely say I completely hate Levi.
So if this Kickstarter, now it's being relaunched. I mean, when this comes out, the new Kickstarter will have already launched. If this doesn't hit the goal, what do you think will become of Moshi Online moving forward? For example, do you think Mind Candy will sort of walk away from Moshi Monsters, or do you think they'll put more focus into Moshi Online, or do you think nothing will change?
Okay, I think this Kickstarter will be successful. The goal is more realistic this time. The most I can say on that is we have an agreement where there will be no microtransactions, no membership, and it remains free to play.
So Moshi Online has to always stay completely free, which I think is how it would be anyway, right? It like you wouldn't have any intention of
Yes,
changing that.
it's also the issue of all the contributors as well. They contributed to the game, and we can't just monetize their work,
No,
if you know
absolutely
what I
not.
mean.
Yeah, because they'd have to then be compensated, but if they haven't consented in the first
Yes,
place to having it monetized, you can't just say, "Oh, that art you did, yeah, I'm making money off it now, but I'm giving you some of it." Yeah, that's not fair because they might not
yeah,
be okay with that.
yeah, yeah, that's 100%, and that's the whole reason why we had 15 other people were involved, and a couple did back out, us needing to take out their assets. It is unfortunate, but it is best to be transparent, and we did it the right way, even though it was hard.
Absolutely. I mean, it's better to lead that way. At the end of the day, Moshi Monsters built for kids is meant to teach good habits, sharing
Mhm.
positive traits, and then if we were to come along and create a rewritten, like a remade version, and then steal stuff from people and not care, become some evil maniacal genius. Let's run 20 ads on the page and steal everybody's artwork, and then not care about anything, and then monetize it, and you have to pay a membership, and you make all this money. Yeah, that would be. Actually, that sounds a lot like Club Penguin. All right, and to finish off, I have to ask you the ultimate question. It's been going around a lot. There's been a lot of conversation about it, both in the Moshi Discord, and I even did a whole video talking about it. What do you think is the best, and what is the worst Moshi Monster song?
So my favorite, I'll put Missy Kiss at my first Moshi song. And
Missy
my last
Kicks!
Moshi song, I'll say Ponies.
Ponies! Hey, that's very brave of you to say that. It's very brave of you, and it might be controversial, but
Mhm.
pony, it's ponies, ponies.
Yep.
Oh, I hate ponies. Thank you very much for taking the time to chat. Is there anything you wanna say or shout out or tease?
And tease, there'll be a lot upcoming in the next few months.
Ooh.